Good afternoon, Pastor Eric here. Hoping everyone is having a great day. I can't believe somehow it got to 12:40. I've been working on a project and I looked down and it is 12:40 already. So for today's verse, and I hope everyone is doing well. Uh, it's been a one of those days where you find out some things about some folks and how people are being impacted by this, and you just wish you could do a little bit more to help them. And so our verse that we're looking at today is in Isaiah 30, and it is chapter 30, verses 20 through 21. Although the Lord gives you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, your teachers will be hidden no more. With your own eyes you will see them. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." And a couple things about this verse that spoke to me today. First of all, the bread of adversity and the waters of affliction. Now, that's something that we normally don't think about when we talk about our faith life. We in America are so used to being blessed so much and so continually that we don't even think about talking about adversity. And so here, the prophet Isaiah was speaking to the Israeli nation, and they were in exile in Babylon. So they weren't even for 70 years they were in exile, and they didn't even get to be living in their home, their own home, their own uh, homeland. Instead, they were living in a foreign land, in a strange land, surrounded by strange languages, people that were different to them, and foreign religions. So they were having the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. I love the way that sounds. When you think about it, what do you need in life? You need bread and water. You need food and you need liquid. And here, Isaiah is talking to them about the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. So it seems like everywhere to the Israelis at the time, they were surrounded by tough times. And they wanted to know where God was. And so that's the first thing. Throughout the history of people of faith, there have been folks who, for good or for bad, at the time in which they were blessed to live, had some adversities, had some affliction. And so the fact that we're having some adversity and affliction right now is not necessarily a statement of God's displeasure with us. That's the way the world works. Now, I'm not going to say God can or can't uh, do things for any particular reason he wishes or not. I'm not going to say that I know this was just because of the free choice and sin that's in the world or because God did. I don't know. But I know that it doesn't automatically say that, that we've lost God's blessing or God's presence or God's ability. Even in the midst of much tougher adversity and affliction than we've had, God is still with us. And here, God was with them in a particular way. He said, look, you're going to be going in a direction. And if you go to the right in a way you're not supposed to, or if you go to the left in a way you're not supposed to, either way, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be guiding you. And I think that's what most of us want in our relationship with God. And I can't speak for all people, but I innately know that God's sacrifice of his son, Jesus, on the cross, and Jesus' love for me, displayed not only through his sacrifice, but through his teachings, I innately feel the love of God and have ever since I heard the story of Christ. And so in a time like this, I don't fear the loss of the love of God. Um, but I do constantly feel the need for God's direction in my life. And here, in the midst of adversity, in the midst of affliction, the prophet Isaiah told those following God that God will give it to you. Whether you're going to the wrong way, to the right or to the left, God will give you direction. So the word for today is rely on God for direction in your life. And don't worry that because we're going through some hardships right now, that He has withdrawn His hand of blessing on us, because God's love and His blessing never ends. Have a great day.